Bad Buddy, the series is getting more and more interesting as the episodes pass by each week. The episode 8 gave us a lot of sweet moments of Pat and Pran and also threw us some conflicts between the two, but in the end, both of them managed to fix it for their own development. Just like what I have said to you a couple of weeks ago, the series is heading on a different route, so the novel content won't matter anymore if you were based it for the future episodes reference. These videos would only tell you the difference between the book and the series and how those differences affect the outcome of both masterpieces. Personally, I love both the novel and the series because of two different perspectives of the characters, and of course I could see and imagine different scenes with it. Anyway, if you live in a different country and somebody else's series are not available to yours, you can use ExpressVPN to watch those restricted series. Use the link on the description below to have 49% discount and 3 months free if you opt to avail the 12-month plan. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Just like what I have said earlier, the episode 8 gave us a lot of cute moments of Pat and Pran, and we are not complaining on that. We got to see the glimpse of their relationship only if they are not enemies in disguise and if their families aren't hating one another to the core. In this episode, we could see the three main conflicts of their story. First, their friends are mortal enemies. Second, their families hate one another. And lastly, they could not express their emotions freely because of the first two reasons. The last conflict was actually resolved on the last part of the episode, although they risked themselves on getting caught by their friends. To be honest, the reactions of their friends were kinda expected because they believed that Pat and Pran are mortal enemies and rivals. Seeing their friend having a romantic relationship with his mortal enemy would give confusion on them, and they would feel betrayed after throwing fists with them for a couple of times already. I felt a mixed emotion on this episode, not only because of the last part, but I could feel that the problems would certainly start to arise in the next 3 episodes. I'm actually starting to anticipate that I'm going to lose my sanity for the next couple of weeks until Bad Buddy ends. I actually talked about them last week, but I think I need to talk about them on this episode because of their new scenes. Since I already knew that Pa is Pat's little sister, he already backed out on trying to hit on her, but he still felt brokenhearted. I'm actually think that why having a crush on Pa was a random scene, but I'm starting to realize that it was a way for Ink and Pa to be closer for one another. In this episode, we have seen Ink and Pa having a meal together, although the latter was a bit clumsy. I think it was a scene that's giving a hint that Ink and Pa would end up together in the series. In the next episode, I also think that Pa has a crush on Pran with the way she looks on his brother and Pran making sweet moments. This could be a great opportunity for Ink to help her to realize what she really feels about Pran. The episode 8 is actually a great hint on what's coming to us for the future episodes, and this is only the beginning. We actually saw how Pat's father talked to him about lying on joining the rugby team. It's actually foreshadowing that Pat's father would take a full 360 and will try to control Pat on deciding everything. The scene on the episode 8 wasn't that dramatic as of now, but I'm pretty sure that Pat's father would have a bigger role on the conflict of the story. The episode 9 doesn't look good for both Pat and Pran when it comes to their relationships with their friends, and that's actually bothering. In the novel, when his friends learned about their relationship, they were still a bit shocked, but later on, they managed to accept that Pat and Pran are happy on being together. The only reasonable scene that would bring the two groups together is to have a common enemy, just like what happened in the book. There's also a scene in the episode 8 where someone saw both Pat and Pran in a car. In the novel, the only person who got a clue about Pat and Pran was Korn. It was the time when he saw Pran on the same dorm where Pat lived. but the series could change that into why or even Pat's father, and we could only look forward for that in the next episodes. Just a reminder, this scene is only based on the novel and might not happen at all in the series, but it's for everyone who just wants to know what really happened in the book. Just like what I have said last time, Pat's mother wanted Pat to have a girlfriend in order to take care of him. Because of what happened, Pat was so much stressed on what to think about it and his relationship with Pran. Pat talked about his situation with Pa, who has no idea that the former has a relationship with Pran. Pa thought that Punch would be a better person rather than Nat, but Pat said that he was already seeing someone. Pa was confused on who he was talking about because he had never seen his brother date someone else. Pat revealed that his lover was a man, and that made Pa asked her brother if he was gay. Pat then said that if a man who likes a man is being called a gay, then he said yes to it. At first Pa thought that his brother was only joking, but realized that he wasn't. She even suggested that Pat should just tell to their mother that his lover was a man. She also added that it won't matter to their mom as long as someone is taking care of him. But the problem of Pat is his relationship with Pran, the person who his parents hate so much. Pa also said that Pat could just talk about it with Pran and also date Punch at the same time. Pat explained that it would hurt Pran and would make him jealous, of course. In the end, Pat couldn't think of a solution for his problem about his relationship with Pran. On his mind, he thought that if their relationship would end, that would be the end of his life too. I'm actually getting the point of Pat's problem in this part of the novel because he could not choose between Pran and his parents. Pat could just pick Pran, but the never-ending feud of their families would just make their situations even more chaotic. I was also surprised on what Pa had suggested on his brother about dating both Pran and Punch at the same time. I don't know why the author wrote that scene that way, but I'm pretty sure that Pa won't be that unreasonable in the series. I won't tell everything what happened on this scene, but only some of the details from the book. The clash of two families started when Pat was caught by Pran's father trying to jump on their house. Pat and Pran planned on talking about their relationship at around midnight when both of them came to their respective houses. Pran's father actually drew a gun when he thought that there was someone trying to invade their house. Fortunately, Pran immediately said that it was him that wanted to talk with Pat and called him over. After that incident, the two went back to their dormitories. On the same day, the two families happened to see each other on the lobby of their dormitory. The two families accused and threw hate comments on each other. Pat's father wanted him to go back to their house, but Pat refused and insisted to stay. For Pat, their dormitory is the only place where both of them could enjoy each other's arms and love one another freely. This whole scene was actually chaotic to read because of everything what happened, and it really hurt me to the core. I didn't expect that the confrontation would be this messy in the book, and I hope that the series would tone it down. The book version of Bad Buddy might be a little more serious compared to its series counterpart, but thankfully we could enjoy the cute little scenes of Pat and Pran in the show. Whether these scenes would also happen in the series or not, I'm pretty sure that the conflicts would arise sooner or later. What do you think of Bad Buddy so far? Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.